think I'm spooky.
Be afraid. Be very afraid. What have you done to his eyes?
Good evening and welcome to Soft and Spooky. For today's video, we're going to be continuing in the latest season of American Horror Story, Delicate, and I'm going to be diving to episode 4. If you haven't seen the previous 3 episodes, I'm going to go ahead and link them up above here so that you can watch those first. As a disclaimer, if you haven't seen any of my watch party videos before, basically I am going into the full span of either the movie or the episode of a show I'm watching, so there are going to be full spoilers ahead. And with all that being said, let's sink our teeth in. So this episode actually already starts out switching it up because we're going back in time to 1555 in England as Queen Mary is giving birth. Her sister Elizabeth arrives and comes in to discover her like in immense pain. There's blood everywhere. It's a bloodbath. I do like how immediately as she enters the room, she's like, ooh, you know, like somebody made a poopy, which actually I've read is pretty common. Like during childbirth, sometimes poop comes out. So that's cool. What is fun is that we actually get a face reveal on the cult members here.
We're happy, baby.
Why'd she say it like that? Baby. It's baby. It's your baby. So Leslie Grossman and Billy Lord actually return back to the cast for American Horror Story, and they play the cult members in this season. We pretty much get the gist that the baby was used as a bargaining tool for England to get like the most fruitful reign that year. We go back to Anna's timeline, and I'm going to spare you the visuals here, but basically Anna is just like drooling over that animal carcass that's in the backyard. Dex snaps her out of it, and she actually ends up confronting him about how she had seen him out with Sonia.
I saw you guys together in town.
I told you we're doing a pop-up of her show at that gallery here.
She also brings up that she had seen Preacher that night, and Kamal even saw her, so it like adds validity to it. And basically Dex just kind of writes her off as this conspiracy theorist.
Cora said she's a psycho freak who's always at the office spewing conspiracy theories.
I'm gonna go ahead and theorize that like Preacher's a good guy in this season. She be doing some weird stuff, but you know, how can you not trust somebody that perches in a tree like that? Anna comes back into the house carrying something, and Nicolette stops her when she sees that like blood is dripping on the floor.
It's a dead animal. Seeing if I can nurse it back to life.
I'm not gonna lie, I was getting a little nervous with that long ass pause after she said she's gonna nurse it. My mind went places that I'd rather not picture. Also, just the vibe that Anna's actor, Emma Roberts, is giving here. A+, good job. It's just very, like, unsettling and kind of threatening.
Go home to your own baby, Nicolette.
Anna takes the animal down to the basement and places it gently in a crib. And we do find out that it was a raccoon, which, sad. I love raccoons. They're so cute. Little fingers. While she lays the baby into the crib, a black cat drops down from the basement window. I'm not really sure why, like what significance this plays.
Is your cat making too much noise all the time?
After taking the break from everything after the Gotham Awards debacle, she does have a meeting with Siobhan, and she kind of gets blindsided by meeting the 2 Ashleys, which are crisis PR experts.
Meet the Ashleys.
Hi, I'm Ashley.
I'm Ashley.
It makes me think of that, what is it? Publicity, the publicity sketch from the Kroll Show.
Our PR firm is called Publicity.
It's based off our names.
In order to rehab Anna's image, the Ashleys come up with the idea of creating this Instagram reel that's basically like a feminist call to action. Anna and Dex return back to their apartment in New York City. I can't say that today.
New York City.
Anna and Dex end up returning back to their New York City apartment, and they discover that security cams have been installed. It's kind of interesting to me that Anna seems to be so put off at the idea of the security cameras just because, like, I don't know, I would have thought that she would appreciate it because there is all this weird stuff that's been happening. And so now they can more minutely monitor their apartment. But I mean, I guess it's sort of the idea of like, oh, someone else could be watching my every move through those. So I guess that makes sense. But I don't know. If I had weird stuff happening, I'd be here for the cameras. We do get to meet Anna's mother-in-law, Virginia, as she's just in their apartment when they get there. Yikes.
What are mothers-in-law for?
Thank you, that's sweet.
I need a moment alone with my son.
Also, why would she say it like that? Like, just wait until Anna's busy with something and then just talk to Dex instead of making it like, I need a moment with my son. Like, quit being weird. I definitely see now why Anna is not super fond of her mother-in-law.
You don't know what Anna's been through.
Sure, it's terribly difficult being a young, beautiful actress.
I feel for Dex here because she drops the bomb that she's going to be suing his father. In the apartment, Anna sits on her bed and she's running her fingers through her hair as like bigger and more hefty clumps of hair fall out. That is a nightmare. She gets upset and she goes to the cracked mirror that has that message from the first episode and she kicks it and shatters it. On the carpet though, you are never going to get that glass out. And you're going to destroy your vacuum in the process. Think before you act. Okay, so looking at this from a symbolic standpoint, I do kind of support it because as I mentioned in that first episode with the mirrors and the kind of like continuing images of yourself sort of representing lineage, and she had a miscarriage and so now she's shattering the idea of her lineage extending further. Kind of makes sense to me. Also, another interpretation could be like just looking at your own self-image and how after the Gotham Awards, she kind of shattered her own self-image. Like, I love mirrors being used in movies and like how open to interpretation they can be. So good. In the next scene, we are back with Dr. Hill. I missed you. Missed you so much. And he is performing an ultrasound, even though he's convinced that the baby is dead.
My God. I almost never say this, but I think I was wrong. Your baby is very much alive. That is its heartbeat.
I can only imagine the feeling of relief Anna has here. Like, that has to be so vindicating and validating. Oh! I definitely was very curious how the show was going to explain away her symptoms or like explain how it got overlooked. And I think the show does a pretty decent job here.
I think what you've been experiencing is something that we call vanishing twin syndrome. When a woman is pregnant with multiples and one of the embryos isn't viable, that embryo is expelled.
A little plot twist that I was not expecting. We do get the privilege of seeing Siobhan and the director of the auteur, Hamish, boning. Probably could have done without seeing his O face.
I might be showing her my O face. Oh. You know what I'm talking about. Oh.
There is a little teeny tiny breadcrumb that Hamish didn't actually write the script for the auteur.
And when they asked you how you came up with the plot of the auteur, and you said something like, "It just came to me," you sound even stupider than you already are. We know what happened, Hamish, but no one else can. Got it? Otherwise, I break your dick off.
That last line's cadence, for some reason, reminds me of that one Brittany Broski clip.
And then you get this picture, and then I take her to my penthouse and I freak it.
So Anna's inspirational feminist reel pops off, and I will say I thought this was pretty good. There's some sort of tongue-in-cheek jokes, like, because it very much feels like that girl boss PR campaign type of thing that you see sometimes with celebrities, and I think they did a good job with it. And honestly, it seems to be pretty successful because it's helping Anna's image. And we do get kind of a hint that the Ashleys have been geniuses for a really long time. Like forever long. Like they might be immortal. At a lunch with his mother, Dex discusses Anna's pregnancy. And his mother says this.
Why a woman would choose a baby over a collection of fine German vibrators is beyond me.
We do get an insight as to why his mother is suing his father, and it has to do with therapy that she's been going through with a woman named Eugenia.
Eugenia's a quack.
She's a brilliant psychotherapist who happens to be one of the foremost experts in recovered memories of satanic ritual abuse. Eugenia helped me to trust myself.
Jesus.
Jesus has nothing to do with this, sweetheart. Satan does.
Bars!
Anna arrives back at Talia's beach house, and I absolutely love this jump scare.
Congratulations, Mama.
Or do you want a brownie before you go to bed?
Why do you want a brownie before you go to bed? Come on, let me cut you a brownie while they're still hot.
I do also feel like Anna is being so weird in this scene because Nicolette says this, and I think it's so adorable.
I know this is gonna sound corny, but I don't know, it feels like a sisterhood.
Also, I realized that like in the majority of scenes with Anna interacting with people, she just looks like she's got a poop, or like she might have let out a fart that she didn't realize was gonna smell bad. Anna wakes up in the middle of the night and she wants a little snack. She's a little peckish. And so she goes down to the kitchen, and inside the fridge there is pickles and ice cream. Wait, I didn't think about it until now. That's actually really weird that there was ice cream in there because it would have melted just staying in the fridge. Weird. But anyway, she opens those up and starts going goblin mode. I love how dramatic they make it seem that she's eating pickles and ice cream. Like, okay. But it seems like her cravings aren't being satisfied. Like she might want something else to eat. Blinky blinky. While she's in the kitchen, she hears this chanting coming from the basement, and so she tries to go to that tiny little door and she's pulling on it, but then her hand slips and she gets a gnarly bonk on the side of her head. When she comes to, she gets a notification that the Golden Globe nominees are being announced, and so she puts on the video and goes over to the crib where the raccoon is. After her name is announced, this episode gets wild. She's holding the raccoon and she just starts chowing down on this maggot-infested, rotting raccoon.
Jesus Christ!
I really do have to commend the special effects makeup artist on this episode, Brian Spears, because you nailed it. The stuff that she's pulling out of this thing, vile. Vile. Good job. I love it. And that is how the episode leaves us. I don't know. I kind of feel like this episode was dedicated to just setting things up for future episodes. Like, we know that there's going to be the Vogue cover, there's the Golden Globes that she's nominated for, we have the Ashleys being introduced, and nothing like exciting other than the raccoon snack time. But yeah. What did you think of this episode? Like, am I being too harsh? I probably am. But yeah, let me know in the comments below. Also, if you're enjoying these watch party videos, please give this video a thumbs up so I know to make more. And if you haven't subscribed already, please consider doing so. I have a goal this year. I'm trying to hit 500 subscribers, and I would really appreciate any support I can get. And with that, I will see you all in the next video. Don't forget to stay soft and spooky. Bye.